To Luxury Beast YouTube channel where we can explore all topics related to luxury. For more upcoming videos, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Like, comment, and share to your friends. Africa has a long history of being a continent chock full of rare resources, lovely landscapes, and equally lovely cultures. Africa's history is complicated, including wealthy monarchies, catastrophic colonization, and later independence. Gold, diamonds, and precious stones are a few of the many constants that have persisted throughout this long history. The richest person in history is something that many people are not even aware of. Mansa Musa ruled over a sizable kingdom that had its origin in present-day Mali. Now, Africa is home to numerous millionaires and billionaires. We're going to look at who they are today, how did they come by their wealth, moreover, what precisely do they do with all that money? Number 3. Nassef Sawiris owns $6.5 billion. Sawiris is one of the people who had the good fortune to be born into money. After receiving an education in America, his father, Onsi Sawiris, strove to establish himself as a successful businessman. Onsi returned to Egypt and established a number of prosperous companies, notably Orascom. The first transnational company in Egypt, Orascom, is now operational in over 20 nations. Initially, as Egyptian cities grew more populous, Orascom owned and ran cement mills there. Orascom noticed that it was expanding quickly. Mr. F returned to Egypt after receiving his education in Chicago and joined Orascom in 1982. His father then handed him the reins of the business. He was appointed CEO of the enormous corporation in 1998. Later, Orascom bought a 50% stake in Besix, one of the world's top contractors with HQ in Brussels. Bona continued after that. Adidas and Lafarge Holcim are two companies in which Orascom has invested over time. Not only manufacturers of footwear are interested in high salaries. Despite being Egyptian-born and having Egyptian citizenship, he became the chairman of Aston Villa FC in 2018, even though the majority of his assets are located elsewhere. He broke records in New York City in 2014 when he bought a penthouse at 965th Avenue for $70 million. 16 rooms, 5 fireplaces, a built-in safe, and a terrace with a 360-degree view of New York City are all features of a magnificent residence. 5 bedrooms, a private library, and staff quarters help keep the house particularly tidy. Despite the fact that it was rather worn out when Mr. F bought it, the breakfast nook overlooks Central Park and provides him with the ideal spot to relax and enjoy his morning coffee while taking in the city. The house was adorned with numerous 1970s elements, such as outdated paint and faded carpet. However, the house has beautiful, well-loved pre-war architecture underneath, which he can easily afford to update with his wealth. In addition to his New York residence, Mr. F also has a large home in London where he and his wife raise their child in addition to his New York residence. There isn't much information available about this property, but if it's anything like his brother's properties, he has a fantastic home. His brother Naguib, whose net worth is only a fifth of his brother's, purchased a $37 million Knightsbridge apartment. Without a doubt, this family is leading a pretty fantastic lifestyle. Number 2. $7.4 billion belongs to Nicky Oppenheimer. Although it is a rather contentious industry in Africa, hundreds of people have built a living from it. The Oppenheimer family in particular has amassed a vast fortune. When diamonds were unearthed in South Africa in 1888, a mining firm called De Beers was established. The mining enterprise grew throughout Africa, eventually controlling 90% of the production of diamonds worldwide. De Beers was taken over by Ernest Oppenheimer, who also formed the Anglo-American business. Another company that engages in platinum, diamond, copper, and nickel mining is even with the dispute. Ernest received a lot of criticism for engaging in price-fixing antitrust activities and refusing to release diamonds for the US war effort during World War II. The company kept growing and was handed down from father to son until Nicky Oppenheimer took over. The chairman of De Beers and its partner diamond trading company was Nicky Oppenheimer. In addition, he served as Anglo-American's former deputy chairman. When you add all of that up, you end up with quite a lot. Nicky Oppenheimer has a net worth valued at $7.4 billion in addition to being involved in all of those enterprises. The largest private game reserve in South Africa, Swallow Kalahari Reserve, is also owned by Nicky Oppenheimer. There used to be a hunting area in the park before Oppenheimer's operation, but it has been closed. He also owns Fireblade Aviation, which organizes special events for rich clients and charters private aircraft out of South Africa. Number 1. Aliko Dangote owns $8.3 billion. Africa's wealthiest individual? Aliko Dangote has held this position for a while. In actuality, Aliko has simply increased the riches of his Muslim family, which has been prosperous for many generations. When he was a young student in Kano, Nigeria, Aliko had a keen interest in business. He would purchase candy cartons and sell them to his classmates. Having such a gift for business, he made his first dime at such an early age. Aliko attended a university in Cairo and graduated with a BFA before returning to Nigeria to start working. He started the Dangote Company in 1977 in Lagos. As the company expanded, Dangote Group operated as a small trading company. Dangote expanded to include freight transportation, food processing, and even cement mixing. On the other hand, sugar is one of their main industries. With 70% of the market, the Dangote Group dominates the sugar business in most of Africa. They supply the sugar to breweries, candy manufacturers, and soft drink producers. The most renowned industrial firm in Africa has evolved from a trade concern, and Dangote is full of aware of the power he and his business wield. He is eager to contribute to the end of poverty in his nation. Dangote has begun to develop the nation by diversifying the telecom industry. He has so far constructed 14,000 kilometers of fiber optic cables, creating thousands of construction jobs. He wants to maintain the majority of his operations in Nigeria in order to boost the economy of the nation. And so far, his strategy is bearing fruit. He is a well-known philanthropist who has donated $200 million to fight the current crisis, $1.25 billion to fight poverty, and roughly $1 million to improve health and education. Millionaires own real estate all around the world. Dangote merely considers Nigeria home, yet his primary residence is oozing with luxury and costs an astonishing $30 million. The living area has a grand staircase, chandeliers atop trunks, and couches that were created specifically for the space. The bedroom features a chandelier as well as wraparound windows that provide breathtaking views of the surrounding area. When working from home, he can treat himself in the en-suite, which features marble countertops, a jacuzzi, and a rainfall shower. Bill Gates and the former president of Nigeria have visited Dangote's private office. I wish Jonathan luck. It is understandably why his kitchen is so big, given the presence of modern appliances and colorful accents throughout the rest of the house. You can't argue with Dangote when he says that while life may be created in the bedroom, it's surely lived in the kitchen. Along with his primary living area, there are numerous sitting areas in the kitchen where people may relax, watch TV, and discuss politics. In addition to his opulent residence, Dangote has accumulated a number of amazing cars over the course of his career. He owns a Maybach 5S7 night luxury that costs $1 million, making him a member of the exclusive club of billionaires. In addition, he owns a Bugatti Veyron that costs $2 million. His two most treasured possessions are those two vehicles, but he also owns dozens of others, including a Bentley Mulsanne valued at $310,000 and a Mercedes-Benz CL65 AMG worth $220,000. Since Dangote solely resides in Nigeria now, he needs a quick and effective way to get to his meetings all around the world. He therefore owns a $45 million Bombardier Global Express XRS private plane. For comparison, the average American will only earn roughly $1 million in their entire career. 45 of those lifetimes are the value of this jet. He gave himself the luxury jet as a 53rd birthday present, and he uses it to travel in style to meetings and easily return home to his family. If Aliko is giving out gifts like that, please remind me to ask him for my birthday. You now know who the wealthiest Africans are. If you had the same amount of wealth as these billionaires, what would you do? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Please like and share.